Canada's ambassador to Russia has drawn protests after celebrating with tweets and flowers our diplomatic relations with Stalin. One Prairie senator, the descendant of Ukrainian homesteaders, yesterday expressed revulsion. Ambassador to Russia Sarah Taylor recently tweeted commemorating the establishment of diplomatic relations with the USSR, Stalin's repressive totalitarian regime responsible for the deaths of millions in the gulags and through mass starvation.
She hasn't name-dropped Stalin here, has she? She's just said, on this day in 1942, Canada and the USSR established diplomatic relations. I mean, obviously she hasn't thought, has she? And to be fair to her, there have been bigger gaffes committed, like Justin Trudeau's colossal stupidity in inviting an SS soldier to Parliament to be clapped.
But to be fair, she is the Russian ambassador. She understands Russian history.
No, that's correct.
I mean, it's not like
she understands Russian history, but maybe she doesn't understand Canadian history is the problem.
And
well, funnily enough, Putin has started to soften on Stalin quite a bit lately, which sort of makes sense given the turn that he's taken. But I think, I mean, I'm willing to get the bayonet on for anybody that's stupid enough to praise the Soviet Union or Stalin or whatever. But I feel like she's fallen into a trap that most people do fall into, I think, which is thinking that the Soviet Union was a normal country, particularly during the Second World War, rather than something similar to Nazi Germany. That has to be, you always have to couch whenever you discuss the Soviet Union, I think you have to bear in mind that you're talking about a country that is pretty much the equivalent of Nazi Germany. Bear that in mind. In many ways worse. I mean, for all we know, it was some 23-year-old uneducated child who's fresh out of university that composed that tweet, because those are the kinds of people that do that job, you know. But probably this highlights why it shouldn't be a kid's job. It should be a very serious person's job to communicate on behalf of our diplomats.